At the edge of the known world, where the forest meets the golden fields, lived a young boy named Asher. Asher was a talented musician who could make his violin sing like the birds at dawn. Yet, he had one great fear: performing in public. His heart would race, his hands would tremble, and his mind would go blank whenever he faced an audience. One sunny morning, as Asher practiced his violin near a bubbling brook, he heard a tiny voice. "Bravo! Bravo!" it squeaked. Asher looked around, puzzled, until he spotted a small ant clapping its tiny hands. "I am Ethan, the ant," said the creature. "You play beautifully." Asher chuckled. "Thank you, Ethan. But I'm terrified of playing in front of people." Ethan's antennae twitched thoughtfully. "I can help you," he said. "Follow me." Intrigued, Asher followed Ethan deep into the forest, to a hidden glade where the trees whispered secrets and the air was filled with magic. In the center of the glade stood an ancient oak tree, its branches forming a natural stage. Ethan explained that this was the Glade of Harmony, where creatures of the forest performed without fear. "If you can play here, you can play anywhere," Ethan assured him. Asher took a deep breath and began to play. The melody flowed effortlessly, enchanting the woodland creatures who gathered to listen. Birds sang along, and even the wind seemed to dance to his tune. For the first time, Asher felt the joy of performing without fear. However, the true test was yet to come. The next day at school, Asher was asked to play a jazz piece for the school assembly. Panic surged through him, and he felt his old fears creeping back. "I can't do this," he whispered to himself. Ethan, who had sneaked into Asher's backpack, heard his fears. "Remember the Glade of Harmony," Ethan whispered. "Close your eyes and imagine you're back there." Asher nodded and took his place on stage. He closed his eyes, picturing the magical glade and the supportive creatures. He began to play, and the notes flowed like a river, smooth and confident. The audience was spellbound, their applause thunderous. But just as Asher thought he had conquered his fear, a sudden gust of wind blew through the open windows, scattering his sheet music. He faltered, his old fears threatening to overwhelm him again. Ethan, perched on his shoulder, whispered, "Trust yourself, Asher. You don't need the music, it's in your heart." Asher took a deep breath, closed his eyes once more, and let the music flow from his heart. The jazz piece transformed into a beautiful, improvised melody that filled the auditorium with magic. The audience rose to their feet, cheering louder than ever. After the performance, Asher realized that his fear had been conquered not by the absence of an audience, but by the presence of belief in himself. Ethan smiled up at him, proud and content. "You did it, Asher," he said. "The music was always inside you." From that day on, Asher never feared performing again. He played his violin with joy and confidence, knowing that he had a tiny friend who believed in him. And whenever he felt nervous, he would close his eyes and remember the Glade of Harmony, where the trees whispered secrets and the air was filled with magic. Thus, Asher and Ethan's friendship became a melody that resonated through the forest and beyond, a testament to the power of belief, friendship, and the magic of music. The end.